I get to coach football at the university here, North Dakota State. Every day I'm going to wake up with that attitude. I get to coach in Fargo, North Dakota. I think that's a hell of a deal.
Polasek got to work, building the coaching staff in his image and trying to retain the talent on the roster. Many months later, the program started fall camp, with questions surrounding the health of All-American Cole Wisniewski. Can the offensive line step up with unproven pieces, and how the team rebounds from an up-and-down 2023 campaign?
Our guys have been competitive, they've been improvement-driven, and they've been tough as hell every day.
The Bison hit the ground running, gearing up for their first game of the season, going down to Boulder, Colorado, to take on the Buffaloes led by Deion Sanders. It was a back-and-forth game against a Colorado team headlined by future NFL players in Shedeur Sanders and Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter. NDSU came up just short on a Hail Mary attempt to knock off the Buffaloes on primetime television. While it was viewed as a tremendous debut for Polasek and his team, the head coach refused to allow this program to take stock in moral victories.
I don't care who's on our schedule. We're going to prepare to win and lay it on the line, and there are no moral victories at North Dakota State.
No one likes losing. There's nothing good about losing, but I do feel like offensively and defensively, this is going to give us a lot of confidence.
North Dakota State came home and dismantled Tennessee State in the Trees Bowl. But later that night, on September 7th, the Bison faced adversity. Second-year player Jaden Pickett was arrested for reckless endangerment and terrorizing after allegedly shooting a gun at a house party. Coach Polasek at the following press conference spoke his mind on the situation and controversy impacting his program.
Jaden Pickett, linebacker, has been dismissed from the team. Being a student athlete at NDSU, comes with high expectations, easily understood standards, and obviously he violated the student code of conduct and was not representing the program nor the university in a first-class manner.
After that, the Bison continued to win, taking down East Tennessee State, Towson, and ranked Illinois State, leading up to a top 10 matchup against the North Dakota Fighting Hawks at the Fargo Dome on October 5th. While in recent memory the Bison have dominated the series, their last matchup against UND was one they would soon hope to forget. They lost 49-24 up at the Alaire Center in Grand Forks. While the coaching staff and players tried to downplay the in-state battle between the two foes on I-29, you could see the emotion spilling out on the field. Cam Miller paced the offense, and the Code Green defense put the clamps on the Fighting Hawks to win 41-17. 2 weeks later, the Bison prepared for their biggest test of the 2024 season, a night game against the two-time defending national champions and the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. North Dakota State had lost 5 straight to SDSU in 4 Dakota marker games. When it mattered most, Cam Miller stepped up and led NDSU down the field for a game-winning drive, capped off with a touchdown pass to Rajon Nelson. And to add to the theatrics, Logan Kopp made a sensational interception off Mark Gronowski to seal the game. The crowd went into a frenzy. The team lost their minds, claiming the Dakota marker for the first time since 2019. The game felt like the playoffs, and everyone knew these two would face each other at some point again in the postseason.
It was like a semifinal game, that's what it felt like. Just the emotion from Coach P was awesome to see, and he's just brought such great energy to the locker room and to the guys, and he was a big part in us winning this game. He had talked about it all week. This is where the Rock belongs, and he's right.
Jump forward to the FCS playoffs. The Bison earned the second seed and split the Missouri Valley Football Conference crown with South Dakota and SDSU. They rolled through Abilene Christian and Mercer, setting up a semifinal clash against the Jackrabbits on December 21st. This game felt different from the one in October. The Bison exploded offensively against SDSU. Miller threw 3 touchdowns, all of them to Bryce Lance, which included one of the greatest catches in North Dakota State history when Lance caught a Miller pass with one hand in the end zone. NDSU did it once again, knocking off the Jackrabbits 28-21 to earn another trip to Frisco, Texas, to play for a national championship. You could see how much it meant to them, the coaching staff, and the Bison fans, especially Cam Miller, who shared his thoughts on South Dakota State after the game.
Because I hate losing to them. Now I can say it, I hate them. I hate the Jackrabbits.
And you could see how much it meant to Tim Polasek, who in his first season as the head coach took the program back to the FCS championship game.
That was an unbelievable football game. Both defensive staffs were phenomenal. But then the grit that our offensive kids showed to stay with it you know, it's what it's all about. It's a 60-minute game, guys. I hope people don't take that for granted. That's a good football game.
Then it came down to North Dakota State and Montana State. In dramatic fashion, the Bison won their 10th FCS title since 2011 against undefeated Montana State, 35-32. And the Bison return home as champs. They now get ready to do it all over again.